What is up, guys? Culig Gaming here, and we are back for another Culig Talks. I know it's been a while, but, you know, things happen. I wasn't really motivated to do so until now. Wow! Superman or Batman versus Superman. I just saw it when it came out. And, this has to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I give this shit a 2 out of fucking 10. It was the most horrible movie I've ever seen. I'm just fucking with you guys. That's just what you would assume from all the fucking terrible ratings that I've heard and people have most likely heard about this movie. This movie is not as bad as people like Rotten Tomato makes it seem with the 28% rating, which is really fucked up in my opinion because it wasn't that bad, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, and it was, in my opinion, a 7 out of 10 type of movie. Not a movie I would ever see in the movies again. I'd probably buy the DVD, but it's not something I'd go and see again. Deadpool, I'd see again. This movie, not so much, and I'm about to explain why. For starters, let's just go ahead and say that this movie theater was packed. Most movie theaters are packed for this movie, so I noticed that despite the bad reviews, this movie is still getting an immense amount of clout. People love to see this movie, you know, even if it's bad reviewed, because it's Batman and Superman. You slap their name on anything and I guarantee you it's gonna make a good fucking revenue, because it's just these two amazing characters with such a history behind them that people think you can't possibly fuck up. And honestly, I thought that too as I went into this movie theaters expecting to see some brilliance, like some fucking amazing shit thrown at me, and I did not quite get that. Instead, I got a movie where I kind of closed my eyes midway to like sleep a little bit. It wasn't that it was boring, but it was just so dragged on toward the end where it was like, you know what, I'm not really interested in this because the characters don't seem to be really, you know, set on what they're doing. Everyone seemed to have their own agenda in a sense, and you know, Batman even changed his motive midway, and I guess that was meant for the best, but it just was so inconsistent in my opinion with certain portrays of the character. Like one moment he's evil, next moment he's good, next moment this guy's good, next moment this guy's evil, and then he's good again, and then he's neutral, and then who the fuck is who? You know, who am I rooting for in this movie? I'm a Batman fan either way, so I'm saying down with Superman. But at one point I was like, wait, Batman's kind of a dumbass. Like, alright, Superman, oh, by the way, wow, I gotta say this really late. There's fucking spoilers in this. I can't help but make a review without some spoilers. So if you didn't see this movie, spoiler alert. Now that we got that out the way. You know, at one point, I didn't even like Batman in this. And it's not because his suit looked fucking stupid. It's because, you know, he just seemed stupid. You know, he's blaming Superman for everything. You know, sure, everyone seems to ride that fuck Superman bandwagon, but clearly it wasn't him. What they did in the movie was they mashed up the Man of Steel movie where Superman versed General Zod, and they made it so that during the battle with Superman and General Zod, they basically destroyed buildings, destroyed some Wayne building, killing a couple people, yada yada, etc. Sad, la. And Batman was there to witness this. Well, Ben Affleck, Batfleck, he was there to witness this, and that's when his growing hatred for Superman was fucking created. He started to hate Superman. He viewed him as a god out of control. And actually, this wasn't too far from where I saw a series where in the Justice League, Batman made a somewhat of a method to take down every member of the Justice League if any of them gone rogue. And this is basically what I seen Batman doing in this movie. He was angry at Superman that he was a god, and if he were ever go bad, there needs to be a way to stop him. So, in terms of Batman being a guy that was just so confusing between the middle of the movie and then the end, you know, it was just weird. I like Batman. I like Batfleck. I like Ben Affleck playing Bruce Wayne. I like him playing Batman. But I just thought how they portrayed Batman's character in this movie was a little off, and I didn't really like it. Superman, that guy is meant to be Superman. He was just amazing, honestly. He makes me think that he's Clark Kent and Superman. He's a great actor. Lex Luthor, I loved him. A lot of people don't like him. I loved him. I love the way they didn't have him as bald in the beginning. I fucking hate the fact that Lex Luthor is bald. Not anything against bald people. It's just, I don't know. It's very random for me, alright? And the way they started it, he's a crazy guy who, like, he's just such an awesome character. He just sexually harasses the senator. He's just practically putting his dick on her shoulder and shit throughout the whole movie. And I'm just like, wow, when is this guy gonna be stopped? And he's such a genius. He even gets Superman to go against Batman, which was an amazing fucking twist. And I just thought that was really cool. Lex Luthor, 10 out of 10 character. Great character. Hope to see him again. By the way, there's a fucking deleted scene that's 48 seconds with Lex Luthor. I'll leave that in the description below. It's pretty cool. I think that's really showing You know how Marvel at the end of the movies, after the credits, shows a little bit of the scene at the end? I think that's trying to show, like, a dark side type of thing that's going to be happening. And this is where my most problematic thing with this movie comes into play. They tried showing off, you know, biting more than they can chew. And quite frankly, what I mean by that is they showed the Justice League, or at least, you know, people from the Justice League that'll obviously be in the Justice League. And I just think Wonder Woman, where the fuck did she come from? She had no right being in this movie. You have two heavy contenders, Superman, you have Batman, you have Lex Luthor, you got Doomsday, you got Zod's dead body naked in the water, you got Lois Lane, her damsel in distress ass, and that's all you need. You don't need Wonder Woman, you don't need any more super, you know, fucking heroes. Alright, you're setting up Justice League too damn much, and you're too money hungry for my opinion. Honestly, you gotta do like Marvel does. If you want to set up a movie, you do part 1s to it, alright? There's levels to this shit. There's Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, to the point where people actually understand what's gonna be happening later down the road. People who don't know this, like, you know, Justice League, etc., you can't throw these characters in their face and expect them to understand. I was in the movie theaters, and people were like, what's going on? Even I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, they showed Flash, Cyborg being made, Aquaman, and, you know, Wonder Woman. And I was just like, wait, whoa, stop. There's just too much information. I can't handle all this heat. You're throwing too much heat at me. I don't know what's going on. And, you know, quite frankly, I think they should have just saved that. They're really pushing this whole Justice League thing. I know there's probably like a time schedule for this type of shit. But, you know, be more concerned for the fans and people who have yet to become fans of the series or, you know, the comic books, etc., who don't know much about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just throw this shit in there and expect them to be like, oh, Aquaman, oh, okay, that's a symbol for the Flash. No one fucking knows that. I didn't even know that was the Flash. I didn't know what the fuck happened during the time where they were showing all the clips of the people. And, yeah, I just feel like it's very inconsistent, this movie, at some points. Superman, once again, his delivery was amazing. Batman, I'm a little iffy about it. There was even like my friend says that in the middle of the movie, that when Batman was sleeping, the Flash broke the dimension and the shift, and he came to tell him about Lois Lane, someone was the key and stuff. I don't know what happened during that part. I guess I was high or something, because I don't know what the fuck happened. I think that was very stupid. That was just too random for my taste. And, you know, it just seemed to not piece together smoothly in some parts of the movie. And because of that, you know, I rated this 7 out of 10. But, you know, one thing I do urge is for you to see it yourself. This is the type of movie where you have to make your own opinion. Don't go off of other people's opinions. Some people even rated it 10 out of 10. Honestly, I just don't fucking see it. I'm a hardcore fan of both characters. Well, Batman at the very least. And I just don't see it being a 10 out of 10 movie. It's not perfect in any type of way. Definitely, you know, now without its flaws. But it is worth going to see. Getting your own opinion on it. And just going for it. It's only like, you know, you're not going to lose anything on it. You know, it's a decent movie. It's a superhero movie, you know what I'm saying? So, in total, I rated this movie a 7 out of 10. Good storyline. It was a little too long for my taste. Batman was decent. He was iffy, a little iffy about his suit. Superman, great character. Lex Luthor, great villain. Lois Lane, damsel in distress chick, you know, and every movie needs that. Villain, Doomsday. Shitty look. He looked like a shitty CGI monster. But, you know, that's a lot of movies nowadays. It shouldn't be the case for a DC movie, but he looked like a shitty CGI monster. And, but yeah, he was a good monster nonetheless. He was whooping ass, you know what I'm saying? So he was a cool monster. Took a little long for it to get to him. The Batman vs. Superman fight. Y'all already know my boy Batman had to fucking smoke Superman. I was so happy when I saw Superman get smoked. Like, I don't know. People, you know, in the movie, Alfred doubted fucking Batman. I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Do you know who this man is? This is Batman. You don't fuck with Batman. So I was happy to see him actually win. And then, now I can shut up a lot of Superman fans, like, really easily. Like, you gotta say anything, I'm just gonna say Batman kicked his ass. And, so what if he used kryptonite? How do you think Doomsday was defeated? Burn. But, you know, comment down below who you wanted to win, or who you, if you haven't seen the movie and you, for some reason, are watching this spoiler-ass video, who you want to win. Even though I already told you who won. Whoops. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, and of course subscribe. It means a lot to me and it really helps out my channel. go and see this movie, even if you aren't a fan of either characters. It's a really interesting movie to see, nonetheless, and you will be a fool not to see it at the very least, because it's going to be a lot of movies that I think are going to be concerned with this, you know, the Aquaman, etc., etc., and it's just the start of many movies to come. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Culig out.